Today, we're breaking down every major update from the One Piece live-action universe that has exploded over the past few weeks. We've got official news, social media-driven rumors, and a ton of leaks all gathered into one single video. From the claims about a romantic subtext between Vivi and Luffy, to the new Grand Line Islands appearing in Season 2, to the massive cast of Season 3, and even the earliest details coming from the Cape Town set, we're talking about all of it. Before we dive into the details, there's something I want to tell you. You're my Straw Hat crew. Without you, this journey means nothing. Lately, YouTube has been treating the channel a bit harshly, and the videos aren't reaching as many people as they deserve. That's why your support matters more than ever. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Every like and every comment pushes us a little further forward. If you're ready, let's begin. The hottest topic dominating Netflix's One Piece live-action conversation lately has been the rumor about a possible romantic subtext between Vivi and Luffy. In the original anime and manga canon, there isn't even the slightest spark between them, nothing romantic at all. Especially on social media, people are talking about the possibility that in Season 2, Vivi may develop a soft spot for Luffy, while Luffy perceives it purely as friendship. A large portion of the One Piece fandom immediately reacted with, "No way, that can't happen." But when you look at Netflix's adaptation style, it's not something that can be ruled out entirely. The company is known for adding romantic tension, emotional subplots, and dramatic bonds between characters in many of their adaptations. Even in One Piece Season 1, the added emotional weight to the Garp-Kobe-Helmeppo dynamic, the occasional Zoro-Nami energy, and Sanji's more emotional portrayal showed that Netflix doesn't treat romance as an untouchable element. Of course, here's the important point. Vivi and Luffy's relationship in canon is entirely based on friendship. Oda's main trajectory for Vivi emphasizes her loyalty to her people, her sense of responsibility, and her leadership potential. Meanwhile, Luffy is a character shaped by adventure, freedom, and friendship, not romance. So, if Netflix adds such a subtext, it will be entirely an adaptation-specific choice. Still, those spreading the rumor point to Netflix's tendency to add subtle emotional layers, arguing that it's not impossible. Live-action adaptations often use minimal romantic touches to help audiences connect to characters faster. That alone makes the idea of Vivi having a slight fondness for Luffy, even as a small narrative layer, seem plausible to some viewers. And interestingly, these rumors surfaced just as the official promotional cycle for One Piece Season 2 began speeding up. With Grand Line's introduction, Drum Island's emotional arc, Zoro's new battles, and Smoker's arrival in the spotlight, the sudden emergence of a Vivi-Luffy rumor only fueled the ongoing discussions even more. It became the perfect topic to open videos with. Around the same time these rumors went viral, Netflix began dropping Season 2 promo material at full speed. The leaked and previewed shots of Loguetown, Reverse Mountain, and Laboon instantly shifted fans' attention to the tone of the new season. These are pivotal locations where both Straw Hat dynamics and Luffy's personal growth become more pronounced. Naturally, the question of would Netflix add a romantic subtext became part of a much broader concern about tone. Looking at Netflix's official statements, Season 2 was already confirmed to be bigger, more dangerous, and more emotional. Joe Trach's comment, "We're scaling everything up, from giants to dinosaurs and even scenes inside a whale," established the season's epic energy. But he also emphasized deeper character exploration, which made some fans wonder whether the Vivi-Luffy rumor might be part of that deeper character storytelling approach. Meanwhile, the officially shared shots of Charithra Chandran as Miss Wednesday and later Vivi also drew attention. Considering the emotional nature of locations like Whisky Peak and Little Garden, it's already clear that Vivi will play a softening, heartwarming role in the story. Whether Netflix shifts that role into something slightly romantic remains a mystery, and that mystery fuels this entire video. Outside the rumors, every location Netflix unveiled for Season 2 seems designed to strengthen the Straw Hats' bond. Luffy confronting his destiny in Loguetown, the crew experiencing the seriousness of the Grand Line at Reverse Mountain, the emotional intensity of the Laboon episode, the tension at Whisky Peak, and the honor-driven clash with the giants of Little Garden. All of these arcs emphasize the group's unity. That's why, in such an emotionally rich season, even a tiny romantic rumor feels amplified. On top of that, Drum Island, shot on a massive set entirely covered in artificial snow, has already become one of the most anticipated sequences. Joe Trach calling Drum Island our Winterfell showed just how heavy and atmospheric this part of the story will be. Whether the live-action chooses to insert even a tiny romantic undertone within such a grim, emotional setting is completely up to the adaptation, but far from guaranteed. When Netflix released the Season 2 location guide, their strong emphasis on the Laboon episode signaled that the emotional core of the season would be even stronger than expected. Laboon's tragic past, Crocus's wisdom, and Luffy's heartfelt bond with the whale were already powerful in the original story. By expanding this arc in live action, Netflix reinforced that relationships, emotional bonds of all kinds will be central to the season. So the Vivi-Luffy rumor naturally attached itself to this rising emotional tone. Still, looking at the official tone, Season 2 leans heavily toward dangerous and epic. Reverse Mountain's violent currents, Little Garden's dinosaur-filled wilderness, and Drum Island's harsh winter atmosphere place the Straw Hats in a world far removed from romantic storytelling. That's why many viewers think that even if Netflix adds a romantic undertone, it would be extremely minimal, barely noticeable. Meanwhile, Netflix hasn't only accelerated Season 2 promotion, Season 3 has also kicked into high gear. At the One Piece Day event in Tokyo, Netflix revealed the first images from Season 2 and officially confirmed Season 3 before Season 2 had even aired. The announcement of Xolo Maridueña as Portgas D, Ace and Cole Escola as Bone Clay absolutely electrified the fandom. Ace's arrival is a milestone moment that changes the emotional arc of the entire series. The new Baroque Works casting Daisy Head as Miss Doublefinger and Audo Audo as Mr. One also established the tone of Season 3 early on. It's clear that the season will be darker, more political, and more complex. Meanwhile, characters like Chopper, Miss All Sunday, Mr. Zero, and Cobra have been promoted to series regular status for Season 3, confirming a more layered, more entangled narrative. With Netflix beginning Season 3 filming in Cape Town, fans gained renewed confidence in the show's long-term future. The leaked set details and cast photos show that the live-action Straw Hat chemistry is getting stronger than ever, something crucial for the show's success, given how much it depends on team dynamics. As Season 3 production ramps up, Netflix's ambition becomes clearer. Massive Cape Town sets, expanded VFX teams, new Baroque Works environments, and early Alabasta concept art have sparked huge excitement. The particularly strong positive reaction to Chopper's live-action design boosted fans' trust in Netflix's ability to adapt fantastical characters, which means future seasons may get even bolder. And yet, with Season 2 still unreleased, fan expectations have doubled. Grand Line's introduction marks the moment the crew truly begins exploring the world. Luffy facing his destiny in Loguetown, the brutal environment of Reverse Mountain, and Laboon's heartbreaking story, these arcs change the tone of the series entirely. Netflix balancing fidelity to the original with emotional expansion is likely to pull viewers deeper into the narrative. In the middle of all this intensity, the Vivi rumor feels oddly ironic, because this part of the story is where the Straw Hats truly mature. If Netflix adds even a tiny emotional layer between Vivi and Luffy, the goal would likely be character depth, not romance. But how much the adaptation will stretch canon remains unpredictable. Oda's relationships are built firmly on friendship, and romance has always stayed far in the background in the One Piece world. Yet it's important to remember that live action is a different medium. Netflix likes to heighten dramatic tension with emotional undertones. So adding small romantic hints wouldn't be unusual for them. Still, because they collaborate closely with Oda and always seek his approval before major tonal changes, any such subtext would probably be extremely subtle. At the end of the day, the core of the series remains the same: the Straw Hats' adventures, friendships, and dreams. Joe Trach's statement, Season 2 is where we test everyone's dreams, perfectly summarizes the season's theme. Every island, every new enemy, and every threat will push a different crew member toward growth, pain, or transformation. With such a heavy emotional tone, even tiny rumors spread like wildfire. Taking all the official statements, set updates, and visual teasers together, it's clearer than ever how ambitious Netflix's live-action vision truly is. They don't just want to repeat Season 1's success, they want to expand it exponentially. Both in production scale and character-driven storytelling, the Grand Line to Alabasta journey is becoming a much deeper and more intense phase. With Season 2's the 10th of March 2026 release date confirmed, and Season 3 already filming, Netflix is clearly aiming to turn One Piece into a long-running franchise. The Straw Hat crew is growing, new faces are joining, and the Baroque Works lineup is preparing to make its live-action debut. Solo Maridueña's ace alone is enough to shake the entire fandom. In a landscape this massive, even small rumors can dominate social media. And that's exactly why the Vivi Luffy rumor created such a big ripple. Most fans don't want it. Some say Netflix loves dramatic undertones, so we wouldn't be shocked. But the truth is, none of us will know until we see the season. Whether Netflix keeps their relationship purely friendly or throws in a tiny sprinkle of sympathy, the core spirit of One Piece adventure and friendship will always stay front and center. Meanwhile, the creative team repeatedly emphasizes their constant communication with Oda. It's known that major tonal shifts are not made without his approval. In Season 2's key story milestones, Smoker's arrival, Chopper's introduction, and Drum Island's dark atmosphere are massive events on their own. So even if Netflix adds a romantic hint, it will be small enough not to overwhelm the narrative. And with that, we've gone through every major update, rumor, and official announcement swirling around the One Piece live-action universe. With Season 2 headed into the Grand Line and Season 3 already deep in production, the future of the series looks more promising than ever. For me, the best part is sharing this journey with you. Seeing your thoughts in the comments, your excitement over new details that makes creating these videos incredibly fun. So drop your thoughts below. What do you think about the Vivi rumors? Which Season 2 arc are you most excited for? Liking the video, subscribing, and leaving a comment truly makes a huge difference. Together, we can grow this crew even bigger, maybe even past the Grand Line. See you in the next video.